Hi, so welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will give messages based on who listens to this. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm, hmm. I would like you to know that what I'm seeing at the moment is that energies are very much about moving forwards in ways which are grounded and also staying connected to the higher self. And what you will find is that you will move forwards and then you will have moments where you need to take a step back in order to clear energy, go deeper. So it is not necessarily a time where you will be going forwards consistently. Because as you go forwards in a way where you are very connected to a much deeper part of yourselves, you will automatically find there are things that come up to be cleared away. So it is good for you to know that life is changing for everyone at the moment, that things are moving forwards, but moving forwards in a way which is very aligned to the light of oneness. I also would like you to know that every single person who is incarnate at the moment is part of something bigger which is happening. And it may be that some people play their part in a way where they are perhaps not really being very positive towards the changes happening. So they may be obstructing the flow of light, but they are still playing their part because what they are in fact doing is creating an energy on earth that is able to be seen clearly as opposition to progress, the light flowing in a direction that is for the greater good of all. So, whatever part someone plays, it is necessary for the evolution of humankind at the moment. So, it is good for you to know that there is no problem. It is all about staying connected to your higher self, going with the flow, and then finding yourselves actually being able to go forwards very harmoniously. And in this way, there is a lot of light generated on earth. It is also good for you to know that there is not a lot going on at the moment, which is about people trying to make problems for others when they are in their own energy. Because generally people are focused on themselves, and that is because there is so much going on energetically that people do not have the attention, the time to focus on others in a negative way. So I will say generally, you will find that energies are much more in one way or another inclined towards taking you deeper within rather than putting you in conflict with others. And where there is conflict, it will tend to be more to do with past life energy rather than this life. Because right now, people are focused on themselves. They are focused on their own lives and going forwards. So, what I will say about conflict that arises is go deeper and see where it is coming from. But it will most likely be from other incarnations. I also would like you to know that because of this, you may feel a bit like you are able to go forwards with people more easily, generally, because there is less conflict that is arising because of ego. There is generally less ego. There is generally less competition. So you may feel able to go forwards with people even if you have not been able to in the past. So it is just a reminder that energies are changing in this way. I also would like you to know that where you have had past life conflict with people, that things are able to be resolved. But what this actually means is that with some people you will part ways. So when you go into resolution of conflict, what happens ultimately is whatever is aligned will be the result. And with some people, it may be that you have collided with them across time and space, but you are simply not compatible. And as you clear up the problems, the energies that have been created as a result of this incompatibility, you will find yourselves parting. So it is just a reminder that things will get cleared at this time when it comes to deeper conflict, but the outcome may not be necessarily that you are going to walk forwards with those people. More that something will get resolved and then the right thing will happen. And also, because of this, you may end up feeling a little bit at times like you are not sure what is going on, because some things you may believe have been harmonious, but then you find there are deeper issues that arise, and you start to notice that there are things to be resolved that you had not seen before. And as these things are resolved, it will bring you closer to the right people and then separate you from the wrong people for you. So it is a reminder about this. I would like to speak about something else now, and that is every single one of you here is able to actually be much more in your own energy at the moment. So, all of you here are still moving into yourselves more. There are things that you may do in in your everyday life which do not support you fully being in your own energy. So, this may be, for example, places you go, habits you have. And what you will all be doing at the moment is going deeper, really fine tuning what brings you more into yourself and what takes you away. And there may be some things in your life that really don't feel so good anymore, where you notice that it is not really bringing you back to yourself. So I will say that it is a really good time to keep going deeper, to keep noticing what truly resonates and what does not. And don't do things out of habit. Take your time and see what really feels good. And if something doesn't feel like it is helping you connect to yourself on a deeper level, then let go of it and see what comes in to replace it. I also would like you to know that there are many people in life who are very much about the light, who are about moving forwards in grounded ways with the light, and they will actually come in to assist you at the right time. Those of you who are very much about grounding the light within, you will collide with others who are very good at this, who know a lot about going deeper into the light, but in a grounded way. So perhaps there are some of you here who have always been very light, but you have not been able to ground this because of negative energies in your life. Perhaps you have had a lot of problems. Perhaps you have come from places where there has been a lot of conflict, negativity, perhaps even energies which have been harsh, critical, perhaps even to the point of actually causing harm, physical harm, emotional harm. And those of you who are really wanting at the moment to ground the light on a deeper level in your life, you will be supported by those who know a lot about this. People who really are very good at bringing harmony into life, and who have a lot of knowledge about what it actually means to ground the light in different areas of life. whether it is to do with the house, the home, the family, whether it is to do with raising children, whether it is to do with work or how you are making money, whether it is to do with other aspects of life, like your love life, friendships. But there will be people who have a lot of knowledge about every aspect of life. Different people who have knowledge about these aspects, who are able to assist you as you set your intention to ground light in these areas. And they may not be people who are saying they are teachers of this, but they have just learnt a lot across space and time. So when you are ready, you will collide with them and they will help you, perhaps without even realizing it, just by being in your life. So it is a reminder to those of you who are perhaps feeling who are perhaps feeling like you are ready to go much deeper into the light in a grounded way, that you will really have what you need to do this. I would like to speak about one more thing, and that is there is always a lot going on in life around really being in your higher self connection, what it means, what it doesn't mean, how it should look, so to speak. And there are some people who have very fixed ideas about what it means to be in the light. So they may actually believe being in the light is about being able to perhaps embrace everything, be with every kind of person, have no judgment towards anything, perhaps be in a type of energy that is very much about letting go of the self, of the things that agree with you, the things that don't. And this type of energy is very good for some people to be in because it helps them to actually be very much connected to a higher energy where they can then receive the right information in the moment without having their own ideas, judgments, things that they prefer getting in the way. But there are people also in the world who are doing the complete opposite at the moment, who are very much about finding themselves in a grounded way, noticing what agrees with them, what does not, what affects their energy, what makes them feel good. And people who are doing this have often been in energies where they have not really, in some way or another, allowed themselves to go deeper and really feel themselves on a grounded level. So, what I will say to those of you who perhaps are not sure what it looks like to be in the higher self, I want you to know that it is personal to each and every person. That for some people it is about transcending the part of themselves that is very grounded, very human, very aware of its dislikes, likes, preferences, the things that feel good on a somatic level. And it is for them to learn to transcend these energies and to be able to be in a place where they are able to actually embrace more. And in this way, they can actually go deeper into the light, perhaps even find that some things that have not agreed with them in the past are no longer a problem because they have changed. So it is for them to let go of attachments, things that they believe they know about themselves because they were once true. And then for other people, it is about really embracing the part of themselves that is very grounded and human, that has preferences, tastes, things that it likes, doesn't like. And through this, what they are doing is actually going deeper into who they are in an earthly way, which then enables them to actually have more capacity in the long run to be part of life, to embrace more. Because as you go into your personal desires, tastes, preferences. Ultimately, it takes you to a place where you can transcend them and then embrace more of life. So, what I will say to those of you who have ideas about what it looks like to be in the higher self is be very open minded. Allow people to be as they are, because what is right for you may not be right for another, and everybody is learning their own lessons. And I am giving this message to those of you who are perhaps a bit like people who really want to share information, help people to go deeper into the light. Remember that everybody is different, everybody has their own path, and it is not for you to tell people what it looks like to be in the light, what it means. It is for you to allow people to be as they are. And through this, they will automatically find what is right for them, what is really true. And in this way, life becomes clearer and brighter for everyone. So I'm saying this to those of you who are here to be teachers, leaders, to share information. Be very open, and as you allow people to be as they are, you will actually find yourselves growing spiritually, becoming more enlightened, becoming more whole. And this ability to be able to appreciate that everyone has their own path, their own learning, the things which are right for them to do, is what ultimately takes you to a place where you are able to affect many people's lives in a pretty positive way. So it is a reminder, and it is also good for you to know that when you are really in the light, you also find it really easy, actually, ultimately, to be able to do this. Because when you are in the light, you are able to actually really feel your connection to the oneness. And in this way, you will just have a sense that something is actually right. You will just feel it inside. You will know it, whatever it looks like on earth. Even if on a very earthly level, it looks in one way or another the complete opposite of what people may perceive light to look like. When you are in the light, you can see there is light there. You can perceive it. So it is good for you to know this. I have no more to say. The next few days will generally be very much about going within, having some time for yourself, not going forwards too fast, because the energies at the moment are very much about this. That is all. Yeah, so yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and yeah, and wishing you a good rest of the week. And I'm sorry there hasn't been a live stream for a while, so everything will continue as normal from now onwards. So yeah, lots of love to all of you.